I want to ask you something before this video starts. When you need to make a big financial decision, a hire, a spend, a pay increase, what do you actually do? Hold that answer. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what stage you're in and what it takes to move forward. I'm Philip, I run 10 accounting. I get called in after the damage is already done. And almost every time, the cause looks exactly like what I'm about to show you. The 4 stages. Over years of working with service founders at the $300,000 to $700,000 to $1.5 million in revenue, I've mapped out something I kept seeing over and over. There are 4 stages every founder moves through on the way to real financial leadership. Most people stay in stage 1 far longer than they need to. Not because they're careless, because nobody ever showed them what stage 2 looks like. Here's the diagnostic. Answer honestly. Stage 1, reactivity. You check your bank balance before making a decision. If revenue looks okay, you feel okay. If it looks low, you feel anxious. And you're not sure why cash feels tight. You're guessing on hires, on spend, on what you can actually afford to pay yourself. You probably don't realize you're in stage 1. That's the whole problem. It doesn't feel reactive, it feels normal. But you're leading the business the same way you did when you were half the size, with tools that stopped working when the decisions got bigger. Stage 1 is where you start, period. But it's not where you should stay. Stage 2 is awareness. You're starting to see the picture. You know the revenue, expenses, rough cash position. You're not completely guessing. You can tell when something's off. You just can't explain why or know what to do about it. Stage 2 founders are often the ones who say, I know something's wrong. I just can't figure out what. They're reading the symptoms, not causes. Stage 3, building the muscle. You have a system, a budget that sets targets at the start of the year, a cash forecast updated monthly. You're reviewing your drivers, which services are profitable, where costs are creeping, and what the next 90 days look like. Decisions start to feel like choices instead of coin flips. I had a client, a chiropractor, who bought a practice with a $500,000 loan, a CPA who was guiding him incorrectly, and no financial system at all. He wanted to invest in marketing immediately. We spent 3 months getting him into stage 3, real books, a budget, a cash forecast. Once he had the system, everything became clear. He could see exactly when marketing investment made sense and what it would do to his cash position before he committed. He didn't delay growth, he built the foundation that made growth hold. That's what stage 3 does. It turns financial decisions into something you can actually see before you make them. Stage 4, financial leadership. Here's what stage 4 actually looks like. Not how it feels, but what you do. Every Monday, you open your cash dashboard. You see what came in last week, what's expected this week, and what obligations are leaving in the next 30 days. It takes 7 minutes. Once a month, you sit down for 45 minutes. Cash position, revenue against targets, margins by service, upcoming obligations. You leave the meeting knowing exactly what decisions to make next. A hire, a hold, a pricing adjustment. You're not reacting to what happened. You're leading from what's coming. The business doesn't feel like something you're surviving. It feels like something you're running. Which stage are you in? Go back to the question I asked at the start. When you need to make a big financial decision, what do you actually do? If you check the bank account, stage 1. If you pull last month's P&L, stage 2. If you run the decision through your cash forecast to see what it does to your position in 60 days, stage 3 or 4. If your answer was stage 1 or 2, you're not far from stage 3. The gap is smaller than it looks. But you can't close it by working harder, you close it by building the right system. The move from one stage to the next isn't about discipline, it's about tools. Better books give you a cleaner picture, a forecast gives you forward visibility, a monthly rhythm locks in the habit. That's the whole path. Subscribe for more on what moving through the stages actually looks like. And if you want to find out where you are and what it takes to move forward, the link below is where to start.